About time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. It's up to my About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang. As always, I like to say thank you to every single one of y'all, man, who has been supporting me, supporting my channel, who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, and leave the comments. If you have not already subscribed to this to my channel and you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Please encourage others to subscribe to the channel and support the channel, and pass the word about Rashawn's About Time Boxing, and don't forget to hit that notification button to stay up on the latest with Rashawn's About Time Boxing. I want to give a special shout out to my son, little Rashawn. He watches, he watches my channel, so I want to give a shout out to my son, little Rashawn. Assalamu alaikum, son. I love you very much. All right, so now, of course, you got Rashidi Ellis and Jaron Ennis, two separate fights on Showtime on Gervonta Davis, Hector Garcia's undercard. Right? Now, I, had conversations with people, and I said, well, maybe they may be trying to set up a potential fight with Jaron Ennis and Rashidi Ellis. Providing that, Rashidi Ellis takes care of his business and get the victory. Jaron Ennis takes care of his business and gets the victory. And if they they both win, then maybe this sets up a potential fight between the two. But funny thing, at the press conference, you seen Jaron Ennis and Rashidi Ellis have words, and BOUTS said, this fight, he said, we were supposed to be fighting on this card. We was trying to make that fight happen for this card. And he said, so what happened? And Rashidi Ellis, you can see it, his whole tone, you can see it in his face, facial expressions, his whole, tone, body language, everything changed. And then he said, oh man, y'all, something about like, oh man, y'all wasn't, y'all wasn't paying or wasn't trying to pay or something like that. But what did I say in the past about fighters who tries to get out of fighting other fighters who they claim they want to fight? Now, I'm not saying that, when Rashidi Ellis was doing these videos, some time ago, and he was saying he wanted to fight, Jaron Ennis, and not saying that, he really didn't want to fight BOUTS. But to my point, when fighters want to get out of fighting fighters who they claim they want to fight but really don't want to fight, they ask for amounts of money that they know is not going to be reached. They do it. And in some cases, depending on the reputation and status of the fighter, they ask for astronomical amounts of money. And a lot of times they do this because they know somebody going to look at it. It was like, when Teofimo Lopez, when he was the unified champion, not undisputed, claiming he was, but when Eddie Hearn and then was talking about him fighting Devin Haney, he was like, oh, I want 10 million. Barely made $1 million, if that, when you won the belts, when you beat Lomachenko. How are you trying to go from that to asking, because he really didn't want to fight? And to my point, the same thing with Rashidi Ellis. As he was like, yeah, he said, man, y'all wasn't paying, man. Y'all wasn't trying to pay or something to that effect. You see, this is how Jaron Ennis is not ducking anybody. And this is why I said, when he do finally get his shots and he get in that position where he's the top guy, I don't want to hear nobody saying, because he won't fight this person, that person, he ducking anybody. Because Jaron Ennis has publicly said many a times, I don't care about the money. I just like fighting. Like, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Let's make it happen. But you see, Rashidi Ellis did all that, you know, talking, did these interviews, you know, with other, you know, people that has channels. He did interviews with them, and yeah, I want to fight Jaron Ennis. Yeah, I want to fight Jaron Ennis. And I did videos on my channel. And I'm going to put the link, you know, to the video or videos. I think I may have did 2 of them about Rashidi Ellis and Jaron Ennis. And I'm going to put the links, you know, the link will be in the description box below of this video. When I said that, Jaron Ennis, you know, that's a dangerous fight for Rashidi Ellis, and he should stay away from Jaron Ennis. And why? Because I gave an analysis and I broke it down why. And I'm not going to change anything different. Rashidi Ellis is sloppy. And again, let me be clear. This is no insult or disrespect to Rashidi Ellis. So I don't want nobody leaving no comment. Y'all can drop the comments, but please don't, oh man, you hating on Rashidi. You just don't, has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that at all. From watching his fights, and if you really watch fights and you analyze the fights and you not just watching a fight because you favor the fighter, but if you looking at, you know, the fight's real, because whether I like a fighter or don't like him, if I don't like them and they good, they get their props. If I do like them and they good, they get their props. That's how I roll it over here. But I'm telling you, he slaps with his punches. He's sloppy. He's careless. Sometimes he, you know, he likes to, even when, you know, he like to do, you know, like these exchanges. Now, he fought this guy named Luis Hernandez. Took the fight on short notice. Don't mean nothing, no. Because if you're a fighter, like I always say, you're a professional fighter, and this is what you say you do. You're supposed to always be ready. Always be ready. But he took the fight on short notice, got dropped in that fight. 4th round, I believe it was. And then he fought somebody named John Carl Sosa. 2nd or 3rd round, Sosa caught him, hurt him. And what was Ellis doing? Grabbing, holding on. And neither one of these guys, Luis Hernandez or John Carl Sosa, put together, they're not on the level or the status of a Jaron Ennis. You think Boots gonna let this guy hang around and hold him if he get him hurt, or drop him with his shot and he get back up? No. Boots is gonna finish this dude, man. If they was to fight on that, if it was them two fighting on the Tank and GARCIA undercard, January 7th, the fight that's coming up, instead of them fighting the opposition that they're facing, I don't know. I know it's Chukasan and Villa, Royman Villa or something like that, who's Ellis is fighting, and Boots is fighting this guy Kareem Chukasan. But if they were not fighting those guys and they were fighting each other, come on, man. Y'all telling me y'all really believe that? Because some people was like, nah, man, you know, because his name is Speedy Rashidi. He's not, I mean, he's fast, but he's not speedy like that. He's flawed defensively. He lets his guard down. You know, he allows himself to get baited into exchanges that causes him to get hurt. So if he's not, you know, if he's not at that level yet where he can, you know, and I get it, he's what, 24-0 with 15 knockouts. Boots is 29-0 with 27 knockouts. Boots got a 90-something percentage, you know what I mean, knockout ratio. Rashidi Ellis is just over 60%. And then we looking at how many people Boots actually stopped now. These guys knocked out 27. 27. He's 29-0. And that one no contest, it would be 29-0 with 28 knockouts if that no contest happened with Van Heerden. He's knocked out 27. of his 29 opposition, of his 29, 30, you know, whatever. But he's going to be 30-0 with 28 knockouts come January 7th. So for all that talk, because I caught flack from people when I did the videos about, you know, Rashidi Ellis not being ready for Jaron Ennis, and I stand on that. If I saw Rashidi Ellis, I would tell him that to his face. This has nothing about trying to insult somebody's skill, talent, or ability, or disrespect or nothing like that. I would tell him, bro, listen, respectfully, you're not ready for Jaron Ennis. He's not. You think people are avoiding Jaron Ennis for nothing? You think people making up excuses not to fight him for nothing? And I'm talking about Boots has been dealing with people not wanting to fight him since he's turned pro. But even in the gym when he was sparring as a kid before he turned pro, some people would come in there and see him in the ring working, and they supposed to get in there with him, and they'd be like, oh no, I'm cool. People walked out the gym after they seen him in the ring. They like, oh, I got to spar with him. Oh, no, I'm cool. Even when he turned pro, they see his name and they sign up. Oh yeah, I'll take that fight. But then when they physically see who he is, oh, you mean this? No, I'm cool. No, we gonna pass on that fight. And there's professional fighters out there in that division. You know what I mean? Who's told Bozy respectfully, like, we trying to stay away from your son. It's the truth. They told Bozy respectfully, we trying to stay away from your son. Like, we're not trying to go that way. Because he's 24, 25 and 0, 24 and 0 with 15 knockouts. Rashidi Ellis, 24 and 0 with 15 knockouts. He's ready for Jaron Ennis. His skill level, his talent, reflexability, in-ring situational awareness, ring IQ is not on the level of a Jaron Ennis. I'm sorry, it's just not. It's just not. Yeah, he'll do good against other people. Now, this guy that he's fighting on the undercard, Royman or Royman Via, whatever, supposed to have some power. Say he knocked out pretty much like almost everybody he's been in the ring with. And if this guy got hurt by John Carl Sosa and Luis Hernandez, got dropped by Luis Hernandez, what does that tell you? He has problems with people with power. And not only that, his chin is suspect. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. I don't care. Rashidi Ellis, his chin is suspect. And if those guys, and these were guys that he fought 2015, 2016, like, you know what I mean? Y'all really think he can handle the pressure and the power from a Boots, from Jaron Ennis? Are you... Again, shout out to Team Ennis. Big shout to Farah Ennis, Bozy Ennis, Derek Pooh Ennis. You know what I mean? The whole Team Ennis lacing me with the JBE hoodie. And y'all can say whatever y'all want. Oh, man, you know, you just saying that, man, you know, because, you know, because, you know, Bozy used to train you, or you cool with them and all. It don't have nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. Because if Rashidi Ellis was fighting Thomas Delorme, then I would give it to Rashidi Ellis. If he was fighting Virgil Ortiz, I would say it's a, 60-40, 70-30, maybe chance that he could probably even win that fight. But if he was fighting somebody like Stanionis or even Kavaliauskas, or even some BOUTS. I would probably pick them to beat Rashidi Ellis. If he fought somebody like Jamal James or something like that, like, that's like a 50-50 fight. Even though I think, Jamal James would beat him just because of his height, and if he can keep Ellis on the end of his jab, he's taller, he got the longer range. But if y'all watch Rashidi Ellis fight, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, how he sit in the pocket, and then they start, getting up, whop, whop, and then he try to get right back, you know what I mean? But he slaps with his punches. He don't turn his punches. He slaps with his punches. And then when he tries to do it, he gets caught in the middle of exchanges. So that's what that tell you. If you careless in the pocket, you can't see what's coming. You in the pocket, you being careless. You just throwing. You not even thinking about how you throwing your shots. You can't just sit in the pocket, especially with somebody who got some power, and think you just going, go, shot for shot. And you damn sure not going to do that with no Jaron Ennis. It's not happening. It's not happening. And I'm telling y'all, now you got Ryan Garcia and Tank fight coming up, what, in April or May? Okay. Put Rashidi Ellis and Boots on that card. And when Boots park this ball, I don't want to hear nobody saying, oh, yeah, I knew he was going to do it. Yeah, Ellis wasn't never ready for him. This is a dangerous fight for Rashidi Ellis. It's dangerous for him. I don't think y'all really understand or grasp what I'm saying. This is a dangerous fight where he can really get hurt fighting Jaron Ennis, man. It's a dangerous fight for him. And sometimes, a lot of fighters let they heart and they pride, their ego get in the way. They let it get in the way. If you're not ready, you just not ready. You just not ready. That's it. Shoot, look, my opinion don't matter. What I think don't matter. Boots got, damn near, 30-0 with a perfect knockout record and still ain't got no belt yet. He just now getting ready to get an interim title. With these many fights, when all these other fighters have gotten interim titles and all that stuff with way less fights than him and become world champions with way less fights than him. And you got people still saying that Boots is unproven. What has Rashidi Ellis done? Who has he beat? No disrespect to Rashidi Ellis. Please don't think that that's what this is. It's almost like somebody that got, 2 or 3 professional fights and you fighting a well-established fighter, 30-0, 28-0 and all that. Really? That's one of them things like, well, you got a puncher's chance, but you got to land it. But Rashidi Ellis don't even have a puncher's chance. He don't have a puncher's chance against Jaron Ennis. He don't. And y'all gonna say that he do? I dare you to say he got a puncher's chance against Boots. He don't have that power like that. Oh, he do? Okay. Have we ever seen Jaron Ennis get hurt in the fight? Nope. Have we ever seen Boots get wobbled in the fight? Nope. Have we ever seen Jaron Ennis get dazed in the fight? Nope. You ever see Jaron Ennis get dropped in the fight? He ever got dropped? No. Rashidi Ellis got dropped in the fight? Yep. Has he been hurt? Yep. His chin is suspect. Some fighters, their chins are just like that. It don't mean that it don't mean that he's not a good fighter. I'm not saying that Rashidi Ellis is not a good fighter. He's just not on the level of a Jaron Ennis. Me personally, I do not think that he's ready for Jaron Ennis. And if they are trying to set up a fight with Jaron Ennis and Rashidi Ellis, once again to, try to keep Boots from getting off the asses of these top guys who really should be fighting them, get so Boots can get his just due. But if they do that, feed him somebody now with a name, keep him trying to pacify him and all that type of stuff. Because now Boots would have the interim, and I think Rashidi Ellis has the IBF Intercontinental title. Good luck trying to take that #1 spot from Jaron Ennis, buddy, because that's not going to happen. Rashidi Ellis will lose a fight soon. I'm telling y'all, watch. Watch. He can be anybody can be knocked out, okay? Let's clear that up. But I'm just saying, the prognosis of a Boots, you know what I mean, getting stretched, come on. But based on Rashidi Ellis' record, his history, and seeing how he handles himself in the ring, and he's flawed, he need to work on those flaws. He need to work on those flaws. His defense, you know what I mean? He can't fight backing up. He's a fairly good boxer, yes. Imagine if that was him fighting Bud on BLK Prime instead of David Avanesian. The outcome of the fight would have been the same. Y'all think Ellis would have went 12 rounds with Bud or Spence? No. And he damn sure not going to go 12 rounds with Jaron Ennis. I'm telling y'all, it's not happening. But, you know, hey. Drop the comments in the comment section below and let me know. Y'all really think that Rashidi Ellis got a chance against Jaron Ennis? Or do y'all concur that this would be a very dangerous fight for Rashidi Ellis? Because it is a dangerous fight. A very dangerous fight. I'm talking about, like, Boots KO this boy. It'll be worse than what he did to Lipinets. Worse than what he did to Delorme. I'm telling y'all. Y'all can go ahead and keep underestimating Jaron Ennis and keep thinking that he's unproven. Rashidi Ellis, you know what I mean, could possibly beat him. Rashidi Ellis won't go 12 rounds with Jaron Ennis. You see when they was sitting there and Boots was laughing at him, Boots was like, he was like, you ain't like that. I said, you ain't like that. And Rashidi Ellis, oh man, don't do it. Whole demeanor changed, got mad. But you could be mad all you want, but the fact still remains. Respectfully, you cannot beat Jaron. Rashidi Ellis can't beat Jaron Ennis. And that would be a very dangerous fight. They better keep they better keep Rashidi Ellis with, you know, let him fight, you know, the Jamal James, Virgil Ortiz, you know what I mean? Or maybe even the Conor Benn. And he probably wouldn't even be able to beat Conor Benn, you know, or the Kavalaskis, the Butaevs, and you know what I mean? And the Stanionis, and you know, let him, you know, just keep him right there. Because if what I'm thinking is true, and providing that Rashidi Ellis takes care of his business on that undercard, because Boots going to take care of his. But if Rashidi Ellis takes care of his business, and if that's a way for them to try to set up a fight, same way when Delorme fought Stanionis, you know, on the undercard of Jaron Ennis and Lipinets. And the way that Delorme was taking that ass whooping, I said, if this is them trying to set up a fight with Jaron Ennis and Delorme, I'm like, oh, they can forget it. And sure enough, they did set the fight up. Got to remember, when Boots fought Juan Carlos Abreu, that boy had not been stopped at all in his entire career. Till he fought Jaron Ennis. Boots was the first one to knock this dude out. This kid is extremely serious about about his craft, about this sport. And I'm not saying that Ellis is not. But he don't have that killer or that kill instinct. Jaron Ennis does. Y'all drop the comments in the comment section below and let me know what y'all think about Rashidi Ellis and Jaron Ennis. I mean, look, it's a dangerous fight, but sure, you know what I mean? For the sake of proving, for the sake of proving my point, I would love to see the fight. So I hope that this is what they are trying to do. And so maybe we'll get Rashidi Ellis and Jaron Ennis on Tank's next card against Ryan Garcia in April and May. What do y'all think? Smash that like button, share this video, but most of all, please subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit that notification button to stay up on the latest with Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing.